Introducing the Mr. Good Media. Put in the effort. Go the distance. The lend a hand man with a plan. Your host for the evening, John Clay. Let us explore the vastness of the internet, looking for information on anything from complex situations to fun facts. Ladies and gentlemen, turn up your sound and dive with us down the rabbit hole.
And good morning. Happy March 5th. Hey, I didn't remember the day. I had to look it up. How's everybody doing? Feel free to message me. I'm receiving messages right now. If you have any questions or concerns, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics today, and that's maximum effort people. I'm not saying I'm one of them. I can just appreciate them for who they are. There's a whole bunch that I'd love to cover. One of the people who I'm going to start off with might not be as well known, but I think is just absolutely amazing. Really interesting guy, coming from basically down in the dumps, nobody, to turning into probably one of the most BAMF guys out there. If you don't know what BAMF means, BAMF, look it up, acronym, you'll figure it out. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see what we got going on right now. So I am going to pull up a gentleman, David Goggins. So Google. He comes up. Well, that might be just me. But he comes up on the list. Okay. So let's switch it to here. Bam. Toughest man alive. Let me know if you're watching. Give me a shout out. Message me. We'll see what we can do. Want to talk. So, Can't Hurt Me, his audiobook, loved it. He kind of goes back and forth between reading with him and his buddy. The guy, as you can see here, let's see if we can find his Wikipedia. David Goggins Wikipedia. Okay, so born in February 17th, 1975, so I just celebrated his birthday. As you can see, ultramarathon runner. As we've covered before in previous episodes, what ultramarathon running is, long distances, anything longer than a marathon, usually like 50K or higher. There's some going to 200. They're even talking about doing a 240-mile race. Also an ultra-distance cyclist, triathlete, motivational speaker, and author. He retired from the United States Navy SEALs, United States Air Force, and Tactical Air Control Party. Member who served in the Iraq War, and former world record holder for most pull-ups done in 24 hours. So, let's see. You know, one of the things I really liked about him that helped me a lot is listening to him talk about it on the Joe Rogan podcast, was that he had these health problems that were limiting him to where he was passing out, just in chronic pain, and it was basically from being knotted up from all the training he had done, and he wasn't maintaining his body. So kind of shows how important maintenance is on your body, stretching, mobility. Very much a requirement, I feel like, for living a healthy life is stretching, and hearing him talk about it really opened up my eyes to how important it was, because I was kind of doing the same thing. You know, I was running long distances and I was lifting heavy, and I just wasn't doing the things to recover my body like I should, and I was in a lot of pain dealing with it. And so listening to him helped me, and he's one of those guys where I appreciate his mentality, like he's going to do everything and anything he can But he also made me appreciate the perspective of training smarter, right? So we can work hard and get absolutely nowhere with it. So hard work isn't necessarily indicative of success, right? And that's one of the things I feel like is that we have to learn in our society is like, where are we directing our energy? How is that going to play out for us? And I mean, I have problems with it, right? Like I'll be all over the place, very sporadic. So I have to like hone myself in time to time, and just get myself centered, get myself right. But back to him as an individual, like I said, I look at the mentality of I'm going to do everything possible, but how does that affect where we're going with it, right? So one of the things that I grew up with was hard work will pay off, like that's what it is, but then it's also training or doing things in a directed, smart manner that allows us to really get where we want to go. And so while I appreciate his mentality, I don't necessarily think it's necessarily the best approach. It's just like, I'm gonna strongman through it, right? Like there's other people out there that are successful without having to just grind through it all the time. I feel like there's definitely a way to put an effort while moderating yourself. I'm not saying I have that down by any means or measure because I'm trying to work on it. But when you look at what he does and the fact that he was overweight, he was a pest control guy, and he was miserable with his life, and he had to start at the bottom. He couldn't. He tried to run initially to lose weight so he could get into the military. That didn't work for him, so he had to rethink his strategy to achieve his goals. So he started doing like a bike, stationary bike at home, and that got him on his journey to being able to eventually being able to run enough to lose the weight and get in shape to join the military. He went in the Navy and he was a SEAL. He went through like 3 times, or Hell Week 3 times, which had like not been done before, I believe, if that's correct. I'd have to go back and rewatch the video. So 135, he finished 5th overall. That Badwater, there's an ultra marathon. Let's see, motivational speaking. Or here's what I want to look at. Goggins has reported following health problems. So he's had asthma, he's had obesity, he's had congenital heart defect. These are all things that didn't stop him. We can always use our excuses as, I can't do this or I can't do that. So this is where I was talking about how he was overweight. He weighed almost 300 pounds, was told that he was too heavy to make it through SEAL training. In the last 3 months, he returned to weighing 190 pounds. So you're talking about a guy here that weighed 300 pounds and he lost over 100 pounds in 3 months. And you're like, that's crazy. And it is. It's very much crazy that someone could do that, but it's apparently doable. In 2005, when he decided to run an ultra marathon to raise money for charity, he weighed 280 pounds from years of powerlifting. 8 months later, when I ran the Badwater ultra marathon, he weighed 177 pounds. So that's where you have to look at. He's had all these transitions where he is willing to put in the effort to achieve what goals he wants to. It's okay, what kind of mentality do I need to have to get from point A to point B? And that means having no excuses, not giving yourself any slack. That's someone who I very much look up to. Another person, probably my favorite, and the overall man. I'll type it out, see what that brings about. Sorry, y'all hear my dogs barking. Like I said, if someone wants to message me, let me know you're out there. It'd be great. Dwayne Johnson, Wikipedia, born May 2nd, 1972, is an American actor, producer, businessman, and former professional wrestler and football player who holds both American and Canadian citizenship. Huh, I didn't know he was also a Canadian citizen. I guess from when he was in the Canadian Football League. Let's see what's going on here. You know, I agree with, like, I love the fact that he talks about waking up early, and getting after it. I'm not sure if I mean, I'll wake up early, but there's no way I could wake up that early. Hey, sweetheart. What's up? See, I can see my messages out. So for everybody that's looking, of course, he pulls off the bald head better than I do. So, CFL. And this is another thing, is he had a dream of being a professional football player, and it didn't work out. You know, that's one of the things. I was actually in a business group yesterday, and they were talking about learning to quit. That's one of the best things you can do. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah. You got to learn how to quit the wrong things for you. And apparently he did. Went on to wrestling. Now he's acting, and seems to be adored by everybody. So it's one of those things where he was still putting in effort, but he had to redirect it and guide it in a way that was going to work for him. And apparently football wasn't it. So, you know, when you look at maximum effort, are you putting in the effort in the right way as well? I just can't stress that enough. We work hard, we grind our gears, we feel like we're going nowhere, and it takes time. It's okay. Here. Sorry, Sabrina just walked in for anybody that's watching. So, she's here. She's in the background. Like I said, if you want to interact, say hi, have any questions. Hope you're doing well. And then one of the other people, and I talked about him at the first episode, was Kobe Bryant, and his coach, Tim Grover, or his trainer, should I say, talked about how Kobe Bryant was, he was the kind of person that would do anything to achieve his goals. I don't think he ever had any real redirection. I mean, he just put in so much effort. He knew what would work for him, and he got the right people in his life, and because of that, I mean, he became the person we know him as today. Black Mamba, or who he was. Sorry for his passing. Crazy story. But I was in shock when that happened, that he had passed away. I remember we were actually at a friend's kid's birthday party. When I found out, I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Let's look at him. All NBA team, 12-time member, he was a 15-time member of the All NBA team, 12-time member of All Defensive Team, and 2008 NBA Most Valuable Player, NBA Finals MVP winner. I mean, this guy did everything he could to exhibit effort. You know, he didn't put his talents, or he didn't necessarily label it as talented. He just put in the work, you know, and he did the right things, the right drills. He got the right people. Nothing like having the right people. That's another thing I would say as far as becoming the best version of yourself is make sure you have a team of people that are really behind you, that are willing to help you. We can't do things on our own, so that means we need to rely on others, which I've had difficulty with, but I'm forced to do so more than ever now that I'm in this position in my life where I just really do have to count on others to be there for me, and it's been difficult. It's been hard. You have to let go of your ego. I think that's another thing that, you know, when you look at effort, effort is great when provided the right direction, but then is your ego in the right place? Are you letting go what you shouldn't? Are you keeping what you should? And that's all associated with ego, because we'll hold on to things just be like, it's mine, da 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 da, and it really has no value in your life. So the ego will prevent you from doing the things that you need to do, while at the same time making you oblivious to how how obscene you could be, right? So like you can either use your ego to tear yourself down or make yourself more grandiose than you are. Hey, good morning. Hello. Hope everybody that's been watching has been doing well. It's good to see people joining. Look, we got YouTube, we got Facebook. I love it. Hi, eyes. Like I said, say hi to me this morning. I want to talk if anybody's interested in anything. So that's kind of been my topic as of right now. Does anybody have any? Those will be the three I do today. I think I'm going to do another series over the rest of the week. So today's Thursday. I'll do probably on Friday and Saturday. I'll do something, and I'll do 3 people each day. So today it was like David Goggins, The Rock, Kobe Bryant. Those are people who I look at who I looked at their work ethic to inspire me. Outside of that, any topics as far as daily events going on that anybody would be interested in talking about for the next few minutes? I know we talked about coronavirus yesterday. Sabrina's saying Nashville. So Nashville, the tornado that went through. That's just crazy. Does anybody have any input as far as what's gone on in Nashville? Anything that they've seen that they think might be interesting to talk about? What? Nashville Tornado 2020. Every time I see 2020, I'm just like, they're running for president. Sorry, stupid, but it's funny to me. So it looks like there was 2 tornadoes, one directly in Nashville, and then one a little outside of Nashville. At least 24 people are dead after tornadoes roared through Nashville and elsewhere. Here's what we know about it. Tennessee tornadoes confirmed. EF4, EF3. What does EF stand for? Nashville. So I don't know a whole lot about tornadoes except they spin and cause a lot of damage. Tornado EF scale. What is the EF scale rating for tornadoes? Original Fujita scale, estimated wind speeds of 73 to 112 miles per hour. Enhanced Fujita scale, estimated speeds of 86 to 110 miles per hour. Has there ever been an F6 tornado? There's no such thing as an F6 tornado, even though Ted Fujita plotted out F6 level winds. The Fujita scale as used for tornado ratings only goes up to F5, even if a tornado had F6 level winds near ground level, which is very unlikely, even if not possible. It would only be rated F5. So how does the EF scale work? By looking at the amount of damage caused to different types of structures, scientists assign the storm an enhanced Fujita scale classification from the amount of damage they see then try to reverse engineer the storm's wind speeds as it tracks along the ground. A tornado's power can change. What is the difference between an F? So let's see. Let's check here. So here's your scale. Light, moderate. So we had severe and devastating winds in Nashville with those storms. Man, EF5, 200 plus miles per hour. Man, if I saw a giant whirling tube coming at me that was 200 miles an hour, game over. Let's see. So, look at various images associated with it. Damage, moderate damage. Oh dang, okay. That image right here goes through roof severely damaged, loss of exterior doors. So this really does go through and explain what's like how this works in Nashville as far as I shouldn't say Nashville, how tornadoes work with their ratings, well-constructed houses. See, I never knew any of this. I've never even really looked up that much in tornadoes. So learn something new. Hope everybody's learning something new in this. Sorry, if y'all see me looking over, it's because I have a message screen. It's over here. So when people message me, I just look over and see what's going on. So that's why you see me going back and forth looking at the various screens here. Let's see. Let's see. Current minutes. So I got a few more minutes. I'm just gonna see what's going on right now. Oh yay. See, I left it on images. Anything else outside of what did happened and wasn't message me next? I'm trying to figure out what's going on now. And, you know, I was reading this thing that's saying Californians are leaving, which I mean, I feel like they've been leaving Californians in Texas. No figure. That's a thing. Sorry for anybody from California if you ever watch. Not that y'all are bad people. Y'all just tend to come here. I don't understand it. California's leading state. There we go. In a recent University of California, Berkeley poll, 50% of registered voters said they've considered leaving the state for some of the following reasons. More people left. For the 7th year in a row, more people left California than moved in. Data. I don't know if that. I don't want them getting mad at me. Ooh, there was damage from yesterday's storm here in Texas. Are we talking about the storm yesterday morning? I'm not sure if that was that bad. Damage in central nervous system. They want to pull up videos from like 2017. Central Texas residents assessed damage after Friday's storm. Was there we had the storm yesterday. These are all from January 11th. Maybe March 4th. Storm. March 4th and off. Here. See, I'm still getting used to this. Oh, yeah, there were houses hit by lightning. House hit by lightning in, it was Round Rock, right? Look at that. See what comes up. Oh. Round Rock struck by lightning. Did that look like it? Oh, Cedar Park. My bad. Cedar Park. We're almost done. Y'all don't have to hear me much more today. Huh? This one? So, CBSAustin.com had it covered. Yeah, I think the cars exploded from what I heard about that, like inside the garage. Yeah. Whew. That's not pretty. Let's see. Yeah, that's toast. So, speaking of toast, we're at the end of our segment. So, I hope everyone has a good day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything too crazy. And hit me up, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. If you have questions, concerns, or any topics in mind for the future, let me know. Be glad to talk about it. Hope y'all, like I said, have a great day. Over and out. Bye-bye.